I was talking with a client this morning about something we call paradoxical truths. And I was thinking about a paradoxical truth of my own. And my own was about a few years ago, I managed to fall off one of the horses and break my nose. And it was a weekend and I thought, I'm not going sitting for hours and hours in A&E just for someone to put a piece of plaster across my nose. And so I thought, oh, it'll be fine, it'll heal. And of course it didn't heal, it was quite badly broken. And what happened is I got a huge bump on my nose that I absolutely hated. And I became totally obsessed with this bump on my nose, to the fact that I wouldn't look in a mirror, I'd avoid all mirrors at all costs and walking past and scrupulously avoid seeing this bump on my nose, which I absolutely hated. So it was total avoidance of looking at my nose in any way, shape or form. But paradoxically, I became obsessed with other people's noses. And I'd do things like stand in the queue at Costa and look at people's noses and think, well, they've got a really big bump on their nose and it doesn't detract from their face. You're not obsessed with looking at this bump on their nose, so maybe mine's all right. And then I'd walk out of Costa and think, no, I think on balance, my nose is okay. But then 10 minutes later, I'd be at it again and thinking, you know, God, I hate this bump on my nose, it's awful, you know, I just can't cope with this at all. And so that's a paradoxical truth in the fact that I was totally avoidant about looking at this bump on my nose, but totally obsessed with looking at other people's noses. So my question for you is, what paradoxical truths do you have? They might not be necessarily about a part of your appearance or something that you scrupulously avoid, but what do you avoid that you're always judging in others? Maybe that's your paradoxical truth.